Peter Pripyanyevich here at American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose, California, home of the current UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez and dozens of other professional mixed martial arts fighters and championship coaches. Today I'm here to talk to Mike Swick, UFC top welterweight contender. He's getting ready for his fight for the troops in January. Mike, how are you feeling?
Good. Thanks for coming. How you guys?
I'm doing great. Mike, you've driven through the deserts of Abu Dhabi with the troops. You've shot machine guns with them. You've done training seminars with them. What impresses you the most about our fighting men and women?
Oh man, everything. They're putting it on the line. And we go out to these bases, and I've been to 9 countries doing support tours, and they always say the same thing. They're like, "Man, you guys are inspirational. We like watch you on TV," and it's always like the opposite for me. I'm like, "You guys are the heroes, man. You guys are, you're going out on the battlefield and you might not come back, intact or at all. And, it's a lot more of a risk and sacrifice than what we're doing. I've been to 9 countries doing support tours, and even the countries like Abu Dhabi and Germany, the guys that aren't downrange, it's a very disciplined lifestyle. These guys, they go through a lot. They live in the small confines, and no privacy, they don't have any kind of privacy or any kind of freedom, and they work hard, and they go do their thing, and they come back, and it's just very respectable, I think a lot of Americans don't think about what the troops are doing overseas, and I appreciate it.
So is there anything that they tend to ask you about your fighting career, something that's unfamiliar or exciting to them about what you do?
I get so many questions. I mean, there's so many guys from all branches that are curious about different things, but it's just what it's like, what it's like to walk into the cage and what it's like to fight, and I assume on some level it's kind of like going into battle, but not near the the level, obviously, we focus and we train for that moment, and when we get in there, everything comes down to that, and it's you versus him, and it's a very, very unique experience. It's a very unique battle of wills, but obviously not near as dangerous as the guys, they're down in Iraq and Afghanistan, so, they definitely have a hard road.
Is there a favorite technique, or is there a few techniques that soldiers always ask you to show them?
It just depends. I get a lot of crazy requests in Iraq. The guys are pretty funny over there, and I've done a lot of stuff. I've shown a lot of like triangle escapes and things like that. But it just depends, man. I mean, with the combatives programs getting so big, there's a lot of guys training. So at every base I go to, it seems like there's always an established combatives program there where the guys are rolling, the guys are doing training. So, some of them aren't up to key on a lot of the techniques, so that's what we're there for, to help out and show them the different things that can help them out, some new tricks that we have. But it's really good to see that they're doing it, and I think they love doing it. They love training and staying fit, and it's obviously something that can help them, if they get in a situation where it comes down to hand-to-hand.
So what types of questions do you get that are related to close quarters combat? Do they ask you to work with situations that involve weapons or other types of scenarios that MMA might adapt itself well to?
Yeah, we've done some stuff where the weapons involves, like, I'm not a specialist on any kind of weapons in order to teach, but like takedowns and stuff where you can disable your opponent's hands and arms to where they can't grab a weapon or they can't have time to react to grab something. So we've done stuff like that. Yeah, it's more so just hand-to-hand. But I've heard some really, like, I was at Walter Reed, and I talked to a couple of the servicemen that were inside there that they got shot and stuff, and one of them gave me a really cool story about how he got into a hand-to-hand battle, and I guess he was doing he was going inside. They were doing arrests, and in I think Fallujah or something, they were going in and going door to door, and he got into it with somebody, and they had all trained, and and were doing the combatives, and he said it really paid off because this guy, just crazy guys, jumped him, and it was just like a fight, and they didn't really have time to have guns, and it was interesting. But yeah, man, I think it's something that definitely can come into play. Not only is it good training and good fitness, but I think, especially downrange when these guys are in battle, it could come into play and save their life.
So do you think that MMA training or the experience of MMA training can help prepare a soldier for that moment of combat where he's face-to-face with the enemy?
Absolutely. I mean, you can never predict what's going to happen on the battlefield. Absolutely. And, they spend so much time, teaching the weapons, the guns and the knives and shooting and all this other stuff. Why not? Why not, learn MMA? And the best way to disable somebody or take somebody down, choke somebody out, control somebody. I mean, I think it's vital. You never can predict the situation that you're going to be in. And it's very likely you could be in a situation where you don't have weapons. I think it's very important, and that's why I love showing and teaching, because I think not only is it entertaining for the troops, but it's something that could help them, and so I think I'm making a difference that way.
Is there anything you just want to say directly to the fans and the troops that might be watching this?
Yeah, I want to say thanks for the support, man. I get a lot of support from you guys. I'm training hard for this fight. It's Fight for the Troops. It's going to benefit the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund. As soon as I get done with this, I'm heading back to Iraq, so I'm going to do another tour and visit a lot of you guys over there. So I definitely want to say thanks for the support. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, so you can follow for updates. I interact with a lot of guys I've met overseas with Combat Live, so thanks a lot, guys.